Hello, my name is Catherine Kalaga, and I am representing Mountain Ridge High School. Today, I will be presenting to you a scenic design from the production Roald Dahl's Matilda, book by Dennis Kelly. Thank you. Now, please hold for a moment while I share my screen with all of you. I thank you for your patience. There's a bit of magic within all of us. It just takes the slip of a bolt to a tiny revolt to bring it out. Roald Dahl's Matilda, book by Dennis Kelly, is the story of one little girl changing her world one page at a time. For our production of Matilda, our main focus was books and magic, wanting to combine Matilda's love of reading with the actual magic of her mind. The concept that struck me the most was there is magic within the pages. It engulfs the idea of the show being a story to tell, along with magic hidden within each page, pages being scenes in the show, as well as all of the hidden details and all of the technical elements. The concept was very heavily influenced by the 1970s. We decided to place the show during this time period, and in all designs of this production, the decade was impactful on all tech elements, creating a feel of the past while still including that magic. As a designer for this production, I was given basic designer jobs to leadership roles. So for example, here is an example of a work group I had created in our stage production class to keep things organized and keep things rolling, to basically just getting my hands dirty and actually building my set. So as a designer for this production, I was also given the job to design Miss Honey's classroom, which is before you in model form today. So on your left, you can see the actual board, like the real life one that was put on stage, and then on your right is an exact replica of the model, including all the little details. So to start off, the 6 desks, I wanted to have a 1970s feel, and after doing some research, desks would open in the 1970s, and I knew I wanted to make that a reality. So here's a sketch of those desks and the model version. So a challenge we had was trying to make them open, so we decided on piano hinges to make them open, as well as being able to hide like pencils, paper airplanes for actors on stage when needed so they wouldn't have to go off, and it was already preset for them. Another challenge was bracing it so actors could be able to stand on it, which you can see on the right is me standing on it to ensure they were safe for actors because safety is always a top priority. Now for the actual wall. This was arguably the most important part of the design. Miss Honey is considered like a savior angel figure towards all the children, so I knew I wanted her classroom to feel safe, homey, like a place where a child could actually learn. And so I think my favorite part about this was all of the little details I got to include on the design. So for example, I got to draw little sketches to represent like children giving drawings to Miss Honey, and they were placed all over her walls, as you can see here. And I didn't want the 2 platforms to be just like a boring brown, so I got the idea to make them like a chalkboard as well and line them with numbers and letters. And for set dressings, I got to choose games and toys like a little fire truck, a little horse, to give like that childlike feel, give games, and just give a nice homey feel. And for the actual wall, it was a 10-foot by 10-foot wall, so it was gigantic. So we had to make sure it was braced safely for actors and technicians to touch. So as you can see here, it was braced all along the middle of it. And then after we covered it with Luan, put it up, we had to brace the back with 2 12-foot 2x4s to make sure it wouldn't topple over on the technicians on the back or topple over on actors in the front. Now for the most important part, the actual chalkboard. This was created with the help of Matthew Kiefer, one of our parent volunteers, and it was plexiglass. And so we taped the little letters of the text that had to be traced over, painted over with chalkboard paint, and then we took the letters off and then would fill them with Expo marker. And so the actual chalk was magnets. So a technician could be tracing it on the back and someone in the audience would just be perceived as a magical piece of floating chalk. So now I'm going to exit out and present to you the video of the actual magic working.
The chalk! What? It's moving. Look, it's writing something. What the devil is this?
So as you can see here, we had to have 2 lines of the chalk going at once to ensure that it would get done on time and go to the flow of the music. Excuse me while I screen share again. The concept, there is magic within the pages, I feel perfectly grasped Matilda perfectly for the set I designed, but the entire execution of the production. The goal of the concept was to make the audience feel that childhood magic, to actually be able to make a connection with the show, and to not be afraid to fight the creatures you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. Thank you.